Hey everybody, Todd Ortowski, your health and fitness specialist here with a great workout that you can do on the road or at home with little to no equipment. The only two things you'll need is either a chair or a bench, so kind of like this. Today I'm going to be using a bench and a tabletop. Now today, since I'm down in my gym, I don't have a tabletop. I'm going to be using a bar to simulate that. So I'm going to walk you through the workout. First one, we're going to do decline push-ups from the chair. So with decline push-ups, put your feet on the chair. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of progressions from this. If you're a little regressed, you can go and use your knees. Maybe right here. You're going to come down. Keep your elbows close in by your side, so you don't want your elbows flaring out. Come down and right back up. Now, as you come down, you want to think about holding your chest out, shoulders back the whole time. So you don't want to roll forward like this and dip the head. So it's down and up. Down and up, just like that. If you want to progress it a little bit harder, go from your toes. Now keep your hips elevated slightly. You don't want your hips slacking like this. Same thing, elbows in, up and down, just like that. Okay. So that's our first exercise. Our second exercise, we're going to do 2 circuits on this. Second exercise in this circuit is going to be airplane cobras. So this one is great for your whole back. You're going to feel this all the way down from between the shoulders, down the mid back, the low back, the glutes, the hamstrings. So in this one, you're going to come down onto your stomach. You're going to raise your arms and legs up off the floor. You're going to pull your arms back, keeping your palms facing forward. So the biggest thing here is people have a tendency to flip their palms towards their feet. This is going to make it a lot easier. You want to keep those palms facing forward, flexing the back, and then right back together, trying not to come down and rest at the top. So staying up like this, back and down, flexing all the way through. Now another thing is you don't want to thrust it back. You want to go slow and controlled through the whole motion. So those are airplane cobras. The next one, we're going to do back step lunge to balance. So even without using weight, this one's still challenging. You're going to start off standing on one leg. You're going to step back into a lunge position. Keep your abs tight, chest up, shoulders back. You're going to come straight down with just tapping the knee without touching it, resting it on the floor. And then right back up to balance, driving that knee up. If you keep your core tight, that's going to help you keep your balance. And then right back down and up. Now, people have a tendency to put their foot down in the center, in between the up and the down. Try to go straight back into it. Just like this, right there. Okay? Now, on your front leg, you want to keep your knee behind your toe. If your weight is coming onto your toe and your knee starts coming forward, you're going to really strain your knee. So your knee should be behind your toe. If you think about lifting your toes, that'll help push your weight onto your heel. It'll keep your knee in proper alignment. So we're going to do our set right here. And then we're going to switch and do the other side. Smooth and controlled. Right there. So those are your back step lunges. The next one in this circuit are Russian twists. So with the Russian twists, these are an old favorite. People do these all the time. You're going to lean back. You're going to twist side to side. Now try to let your head follow your hands. I see a lot of times people do this and they're not really twisting their torso. You want to let your head follow your hands so you're really twisting the torso. Now if you want to make it a little more challenging, try to lift your feet off the floor, side to side. Now I really want to see if you can really twist all the way around. So if you could get your hands to touch the floor on each side, that'd be great. One thing I see people do a lot is they cross their feet. This you want to try not to do. With almost any exercise, you don't want to cross your feet because it's going to lift up slightly one side. You're going to slightly work a little bit more one side than the other, and you're going to be off balance. So try to keep your feet separated, and that's going to give you a better workout. So that's our first circuit. So on these, we're generally looking at about 15 to 20 reps. The biggest thing is that you want to go to failure. So you really want to work the muscle to failure as long as you're not breaking form. So for example, on the decline push-ups, if we're here and you're coming down and you get to the point where you can't do anymore and you're struggling, that's where you want to get. on every set. But if you're able to get through and you're dropping the head and you're rounding the back and you're piking your hips, all those things to cheat, that's when you're done. Okay, you don't want to get to that point. You want to go and work that muscle to failure and think about what you're trying to work. So on that one is the chest, the anterior deltoid, and the triceps. So that's our first set, our first circuit. We're going to go through that 3 times, that whole circuit. Now we're going to jump into the second circuit. We're going to do lateral lunges. So the lateral lunge, similar to the back step lunge, you're going to stand on one leg. You're going to step to the side. Now, with this, you want to make sure both feet are facing forward. People have a tendency to point that foot out a little bit. You'll keep both feet facing forward. You go push back with your butt. Keep your weight on your heel, coming down nice and low. Now, when you're doing this, you should feel a stretch in your inner thigh. You should feel it working on your quads, your abductors, and your glutes right here. So you feel it work here, here, and here. Keep your chest up, shoulders back. You should be able to look forward. You don't want to be rounding the back. You're going to come here, explode right back up, and back down. Just like this. Okay. We're going to get our 15 on one side, then we're going to switch, and we're going to do the other side, 15 on the other side. Okay. So that's the first exercise in the second circuit. Second exercise, we're going to do Spider-Man crawls. Now this is the most technically difficult exercise we're going to do in this workout. This one's really challenging. It takes a lot of getting used to. If you ever watch a video of Spider-Man crawling up a wall, this is the way it looks. You have your same arm, same leg on one side, close together, and then the other side, the arm and leg are going to be far apart. You're going to be in a staggered push-up position. You're going to come down and do a push-up essentially from here, and your leg comes out to the side. One thing where I see people have trouble with this is they're trying to have their knee right underneath. So knees coming out to the side. You're going to do a push-up, come down nice and low, get as low as you can, and then you're going to come up, switch, and switch. Okay? Walking forward just like that, keeping the torso down. So you don't want your butt up in the air. You want to come down nice and low, working the torso. So this one's great. You're going to feel this in the core, the chest, the shoulders, the triceps, the legs. You're going to get this all over the place. So typically on this one, I'm looking for about 10 reps either way on each side. So it would be like this right here. You do 1, 2, 3. Okay, going essentially for 20. So you're hitting 10 on each side. The next one, this one is hanging body weight rows from a desk. This one you want to be careful of. You just want to make sure you have a good solid structure to mount to. So a good solid desk or a nice heavy table, something that you can hang underneath. Now, what I'm going to use is my bar. Okay, I got my squat bar here. This is about the height of a table. A table is usually maybe about here. The lower down you are, the harder and more difficult this is going to be. What you're going to do is you're going to hang under a table. So imagine I have a table going out right here. This is the top of the table. I'll put my hands on the table, just like this. I'm going to hang underneath. Keep my chest up, shoulders back. I want to pull all the way up to the top of the table. Try to get my chest all the way to touch the table, and then right back down. Smooth the control, pull up, and down. Now, as I'm doing this, I don't want to roll forward. I don't want that head to roll forward. I want to keep the head back, neutral alignment, pulling up. If this is too difficult, if you bend your knees, it's going to make it easier. The further out you extend your legs, the more challenging it's going to be. Trying to keep the hips up, keep the body in nice flat alignment, and just pulling yourself up on each one. So those are hanging body weight rows. But biggest thing, make sure you're on a good solid surface. You don't want that table falling over. Next one, we're going to do high plank with jumping knee tucks. So this is essentially a push-up position. If you're right here, on your toes, both feet coming together at the same time, you'll pull in and out. In and out. Now when you're doing this, when you come in, you don't want your weight on your feet. The weight should be primarily on your hands. Very little weights on your foot. Pulling in, right there. As you're doing this the whole time, think about pulling your belly button in. Keep your abs tight. You don't want to go and just keep those abs relaxed, because then it's going to not support your back. So on that one, I'd like to see if you get aim for about 20 reps on that one. Last one. This is the most physically difficult exercise we're going to do today. Plyo lunges. So with a plyo lunge, a typical lunge or a split squat is going to be right here. You're going to come straight down and up. So kind of like we did at the beginning with that back step lunge right here. We're just not doing that back step. We're just right here. But we're going to add a jump and switching in the middle. So it's just like this. You come down, switch, switch, switch. Now, the trick here is you want to come straight up. You want to explode up, switching feet in midair, so your both feet should leave the ground at the same time and touch the ground at the same time. What I see a lot of times is people do something like this, and essentially they're doing a back step lunge with a little bit of a hop. You really want to try and explode up as high as you can, switching, switching, like that. Again, keep that core tight, staying nice and perpendicular to the floor the whole time. So that is our second circuit. So, as a quick recap, first circuit is going to be the decline push-ups from the chair. We're going to look for about 15 reps on this one. Then we've got the airplane cobras, where you're on your stomach, pulling your arms back, keep your palms facing up, not facing down towards your feet. Looking for about 15 reps on that one. Then we're going to do the back step lunge. So stepping back, keep the weight on the heel, keep your knee behind your toe. About 15 reps on one side, 15 reps on the other side. Then we do the Russian twists. So twisting side to side, feet either off the floor or feet on the floor for a little bit more support and stability. On that one, we're looking for about 20 reps each side. So we get 40 total rotations. And then we've got the so that's our first circuit. We do that 3 times. The second circuit, we're going to start with a lateral lunge. So lateral lunge, keep the weight on the heel, pushing the butt back, feel the stretch here, working here, here, and here. About 15 reps on one side, about 15 reps on the other side. Then we got the Spider-Man crawls. So same arm, same leg, close together, staying down real low. Step, step, step. Get about 10 steps on each side, so about 20 total crawls. Then we've got hanging bodyweight rows from the desk. Right here, pulling up. On that one, squeeze the shoulders back. Okay. Then we've got the high plank with knee tucks. So you're from your push-up position, pulling in and out. So in that one, you're looking for about 20 reps. And then the last one, the plyo lunges. Right here, jump up, switch, switch, cushioning down. About 10 reps on each one on that. Now, the last thing, the reps aren't that important. What's important is working that muscle to failure in a controlled environment without breaking form. That's what's most important. It's not whether you hit 15, 18, 20 reps. If you only hit 5 reps, but you work that muscle, great. That's what it's all about. So that's your workout for today. Finish off with some stretching. Try to get on the foam roller a little bit, and you'll feel great. I'll see you next time for your next workout.